Good afternoon, everyone. For October's adult craft, we will be decorating our own sugar skulls. So for this craft, you'll need a few items. Several of you probably picked up a kit from the library, but if you haven't and you are providing your own supplies, here are the things that you'll need. So the first thing you'll need is a plastic skull. This I got from the Dollar Tree, so it's only a $1 purchase from the dollar store. And then we're going to use white acrylic paint with a foam brush. And then we'll use a black paint pen and some colored permanent markers. You can use Sharpies or whatever. These I got from the dollar store as well. And then we will have some marigold flowers, an artificial flower. There was one in your kit, but if you'd like to add more later on, you can use as many as you like, but we'll just add one today. And then the one thing that you did not have in your kit, but you do need, is a hot glue gun and glue sticks. So that was not provided by me, but you will need this. So that is the one thing that you'll need on your own. All right, so before I switch over to the overhead camera, a couple things. The acrylic paint can be very messy, so I suggest that you protect your clothing. It might stain your clothes, so I'm going to put something over my sweater. I'm going to remove jewelry and watches and all of that, and I will be painting the skull on some cardboard to protect my table. So those are some things that I would recommend before we get started, but now I'm going to switch over to the overhead camera.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint this skull. As you see, it's like an off-white color, and we have some white acrylic paint. It is messy, so I do have this cardboard to kind of just protect my table, but it should wash off with some soap. So we're going to take this foam brush, just dip it in this acrylic paint, and just start painting the skull. If you're still having issues with your skull not drying fast enough, one technique is using a blow dryer on low. And you want to make sure that it doesn't get too close to the paint, so just be very gentle with it. I'm going to hold it fairly far away from the skull just to keep, hopefully help it dry a little faster. So now that our paint is dry, we're gonna take this paint marker and you're gonna need to shake it. Pull the top off, and then you need to push this in. Until you start seeing the paint come out. There. So it's coming out now. I'm going to paint. Looks like a little stuck to this cardboard. We're gonna paint in the eyes here, just to make a deeper contrast. That's just what I'm gonna do. I'm going to use like a blue and green, and I'm gonna make some flowers on the outside of these eyes. I'll just start making alternating blue and green petals. Let's do. I'll color them in later. I just want to get the outline done first. And if you're doing the flower as well, you can make these petals as large as you want. Or smaller, if you choose. You can use different colors, like yellow and orange, or yellow and purple, blue purple, whatever you like. Just adding some color to this black and white skull. And just like with the paint marker, I'm using these markers as absolutely light as possible. Alright, looks like I just have room for 2 more petals, which works out a lot better than I expected. Alright, I'm going to do the same on the left eye before I go in and color in the petals. Looks like the back of my head is wet. Oh, look at that nice fingerprint. It's okay. I can go back in with the acrylic paint later on and add another layer and then use the hair dryer to perfect it if I choose. Or I can just leave it the way it is. Just bump it up against a wall or something so that nobody can see the back. And only I and you will know that it's got a mistake in the back. If I were to do this over again, I probably would have chosen to do spray paint. It would probably look a lot smoother and wouldn't be as sticky. However, again, you do need a well-ventilated area to use spray paint, and I don't really have that in my house, so I stuck with the acrylic paint. But these skulls are $1 at Dollar Tree, so if you want to go out and buy yourself some more skulls and have a sugar skull garden or a sugar skull display for Halloween, and then you'll want to leave them up for the actual Dia de los Muertos, which is November 1st and 2nd. Looks like I'm going to have one big green petal, which is fine. Alright, now I'm going to go in and color in these petals. got my green petals done. Oh. There's one flower done. Alright. I'm gonna go in a little bit more into these eyes and kind of try to get some of this white between the black and the colors filled in a little more. Alright, now that we've got my eyes done, I'm gonna go in to the chin and just make some decorations down there. I'm trying to be careful not spread this wet paint into different areas, because if you have like gloves or something you want to use, that might help to not spread the paint everywhere. I'm just gonna make this red dot down here. You can outline it with black or just do red like me, or you can make a flower. You can make some like swirlies, like paisley kind of swirls. Whatever kind of decoration you want. I'm just making this red dot. You can say it kind of looks like a sun. And then I'm gonna do some more of these petals surrounding this red dot. I'm gonna go in a little, just like these. It's hard for me to, hope you can see this. If not, I will raise it up when I'm done. Or just some of these. So there's my chin. And like you can add some stuff to the cheeks, like some swirls. First I'm gonna do the forehead. So now I'm gonna go in and kind of make this like jewel. Or like a pendant, if you'd like. And then I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna make like a spider web that kind of goes to the back of the head. Oh, there is this white spot in the back of the skull that's driving me crazy. So I did say this craft would be messy. You can make this spider web as long as you like. I think I'm gonna stop right here though. And actually what I'm gonna do on this side, I'm gonna add a little spider hanging off this side of the web. Okay. So I've got my spider web on top of the head with a little spider on this side. Alright. Now I'm gonna go back in with this pen and I'm gonna trying to fill in some of those areas that I did not get very well with just the paint pen. This is me just being a little bit of a perfectionist. Looks like my markers don't want to fit, but I'm doing the best I can. Try not to touch my skull too much. And like I said earlier, I'm just trying to fill in some of these white spots between the black eyes and the colored petals. Again, me being a little bit of a perfectionist. Now I'm attempting at darkening in this nose. So I think that that really helped make that more of a contrast. All right, so we've had a little bit of time for this glue gun to warm up, and now I'm gonna take, I only had one marigold in the kit, but if you have more, that is great. The marigold is what I believe is the official flower for Dia de las Muertas. It's everywhere in Mexico City. On the day I was there last year, and you couldn't go anywhere without seeing these orange flowers. So yeah, the orange marigold especially. Okay, so I'm gonna center it like back here, and I'll spread out some of these petals and kind of glue those to the side, kind of spread it out a little bit, make it look more full. All right, but first I'll just glue the stem in this area. So I'll just put a dab of glue. Be very careful, this is hot. Hopefully I won't burn myself, especially in camera. I should have enough glue here already. So just like you would like a gun, you got your trigger, just spread a little bit of glue. And then you're gonna wanna just tack that on where you want it. Got some glue strings. Looks like that is glued. So now what I want to do is I'd like to spread out some of these petals. So I'm just going to be really delicate and try to just glue some of these petals down. I'm shaking a little, I'm just afraid I'd burn myself, so please be careful. Let's see what that looks like from the front.